You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.
Yeah, sure. So we want to welcome you to Glenville, the Oval, out in Schenectady. Want to say good morning. Good morning from New York State with the news. Cavaliers have won the toss. They've asked New Jersey Stallions to bat. Very important game for both teams, but more particularly for the New Jersey Stallions. Welcome, Matthew. We're off to a late start. 18 overs aside, but there's cricket on at the Oval.
Yeah, and certainly good news for everyone involved. Good news, but maybe especially for the Philadelphians as well. You mentioned how important it is for that team on screen, the New Jersey Stallions as well. Bowling, certainly their strong point. You've got the likes of Myla Varapu, Stephen Wigg, who we'll see later on. But for now, the action is on the batters, particularly Dominic Ricky, Aman Patel, Supreet Madan has been among the runs as well. Raymond Ramratan, Hiren Patel, and Fahad Riza has gotten some decent scores towards the back end. So a very power-packed Stallions lineup.
Yeah, when you look at the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers, they've rested a couple of their players, and we'll talk about that. But for the time being, Najaf Shah has been given the ball. He's at the top of the leadership. No Kenar Lewis. He's in Africa playing another tournament. No Abdullah Saeed. He's been given a rest. And the likes of Ali Imran and a couple of the other guys have come into the side. Still a very strong side, and we are ready for play. Here is Najaf Shah with the first ball. He comes into bowl to Dominic Ricky. And Ricky, big appeal, ball sliding down the leg side. And things are on the way here. Could be leg by. Saravana Kumar comes up with a leg by. And Matt, things are on the way here for the Stallions. How important is this game for Stallion?
Very important for the New Jersey Stallions. These two sides would have met yesterday. The Cavaliers came out on top, so it's pretty much assured that the Somerset Cavaliers will be headed to Dallas. It comes down now to the New Jersey Stallions and the Philadelphians, who I hinted at right at the start. Tied on points, and it will come down to net run rate.
Yeah, a couple of good balls here into the over from Najaf Shah. And Matt, already we've been told that the Cavaliers are on a flight tomorrow, and they're heading west. They're heading to Dallas, where everything will come to an end in the next in the next week or so. But they've really played impressively well, and they're going to that tournament knowing that they were the last two teams last year in 2023. So they're going with a lot of confidence. You're watching Aman Patel on strike. Oh, ball them. So Najaf Shah continues to pile on the wicket. Aman Patel is gone, and it's 1-for-1 Stallions.
Such a good bowler right at the start of the innings is Najaf Shah. It's what he's done for all his career. Very experienced campaigner, and he shows it on that occasion. A big strike early on for the Cavaliers. Not at all what the Stallions needed. Like you said, a must-win game for the New Jersey Stallions has gotten off to a disastrous start. Aman Patel cleaned up. It's 1-for-1.
And has come to the middle. Early wicket for Najaf Shah, Matt. We talked about Najaf Shah, how important he has been with this side, and we talked about his exploits as captain, as the leader for the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers, even beyond minor league cricket. But here he is. We'll come into bowl to Raymond Ramratan. Ramratan strokes it into the offside. Quick outfield. And look at that. Picks up a couple of runs. A lovely drive through the offside.
Yeah, Najaf Shah, such an experienced campaigner, as you mentioned, has led this Cavaliers side quite well, not only in minor league cricket, but even in tournaments past. The Somerset Cavaliers brand has been quite successful.
Yeah, he's gone to the US Open on several occasions, won it a couple of times with them. Ramratan eased into the offside. Good call from Dominic Ricky, Matt. You talked about You talked about how important this game is for the Stallions more than anything else. We talked about the other regions already have decided the couple of teams that will come out of that region. We're just waiting for the East, with 3 teams with possible options to traveling to Dallas tomorrow. We know Cavaliers is going. Still waiting on Stallions or the Philadelphians. Into the onside, Dominic Rickey picks up a run, but we'll wait and see. It could be another leg by. So a couple of leg bys in this over. And the first one comes to an end. A successful one for Najaf Shah and Cavaliers. It's 5 for 1. So 5 for 1, Adel Bati. And you talk about the experience, Matt. Adel Bati has been a part of U.S. cricket for some time, and he comes into this Cavaliers team this year in 2024 to add that experience to this already strong team. Here he is.
Yeah, and we saw last season, deep into the playoff run, especially even in the final, we saw how valuable that pace attack was for the Cavaliers. They were able to really rock the Mustangs' batting lineup. Direct hit would have certainly been asking some questions. A risky single taken, but they get through in the end. Ramratan and Dominic Rickey, 2 good runners.
And Matt, for all our viewers, want to say good morning from New York. Good morning in the state of New York. We're all the way up in Schenectady. And if you're wondering where Schenectady is, it's about 170 miles from Manhattan. We've seen a Manhattan Yorkers in this tournament, Matt, one of the names. But talk us through, as when yesterday morning started, what was in for 3 teams coming into this final weekend? From the eastern side, as the ball plays into the offside. We've seen another easy run here from Raymond Ramratan. But talk us through as to the 3 teams in contention for going up to Texas, what it meant to them.
Well, it would have been the Cavaliers, led by that man Najaf Shah, would have been the Stallions and the Philadelphians, as I mentioned, and would have seen quite a logjam at the top of the table between those 3 sides, and it came down with the Philadelphians beating the Stallions last week. It came down to them needing one of these sides to get swept, in essence, this weekend. And it would also then have to come down to net run rate. The Somerset Cavaliers had the healthiest run rate by quite some margin coming into yesterday. And that only got better with a win against the New Jersey Stallions. So for the Philadelphians, they will have to hope the Cavaliers continue their winning ways and defeat the Stallions here again. But also, the Stallions' run rate is still slightly better than the Philadelphians. So they'll need a win by some margin, which we can't determine, as Adel Bati has gone well off radar. It's eluded a diving Katwaru, and it's gone away for 5 wide. So a rare error in line from the experienced Adel Bati has costed the Cavaliers 5.
Yeah, they're up to double figures. The diving Stephen Ketwaru, who's played youth cricket for the West Indies at one time. And yes, Matt, just for our viewers, if you're wondering and you're confused about net run rate, every time you lose a cricket match, your net run rate takes a hit. And so essentially, Stallions cannot afford to take another hit. And it's very important that this one into the onside. Good running here from Dominic Rickey. He's always been on the alert to go for those singles, Matt. Such a very good runner. But just coming back to the hit that you take when you lose a match, your net run rate goes down. We saw last night in Texas what happened. And so essentially, Stallions cannot afford to lose this match.
Yeah, the easiest thing for the Stallions would be just to win. Do their job, get it over with, eliminate any chance of the Philadelphians going through. because in terms of numbers, that's not something we can give to you. That's not. I'm not sure if that's something that the players out in the middle know in terms of an exact number in a margin of victory that is needed for the Stallions to be safe, even in the event of a loss. It's a lot of math to be done.
And Matt, now that you brought in the Philadelphians, you brought them in the conversation. They're watching and waiting and hoping that Cavaliers win this game. Pulled, not time. Now look at that. Easy dismissal into the hands of the fielder. And Dominic Ricky goes. It's trouble for the Stallions. They're 2 down with 14 on the board.
I wonder if Abdullah Ghazi has ever had a simpler catch in his career than he has just then. Dominic Ricky on the pull, no timing at all. Gone absolutely nowhere and safely into the hands of Abdullah Ghazi. So Adil Bhatti strikes, a wicket each for the opening bowlers. It's 14 for 2 as Dominic Ricky falls for 2.
So we're back with the cricket, 14 for 2. Stallions haven't been sent in. Toss won by Cavaliers. Both Dominic Ricky and Arman Patel back in the shade. New batter comes to the crease, number 31, and that is Supreet Madan. A big thud onto the pad, and things have gone pretty well here for the Somerset Cavaliers. And they've really done well. A couple of their players rested here. No Abdullah Saeed, no Kinar Lewis is in Africa playing in another tournament. And Salman Nazar, who's come into the to this US side. And there they are, couple of players, Junaid Nadir and Abdullah Saeed taking a stroll around the ground. Much needed rest, Matt, you'd say?
Yeah, it's been a shorter season than usual, so a lot of games having to be played in very quick time. So certainly we've seen a lot of changes being made throughout the tournament, especially with the Cavaliers assured of a playoff spot.
So they're batting at 15 for 2. Supreet Madan has come to the crease. They're missing Sai Mukamala and Jesse Singh, who is in Namibia with the US national team. So in that stead, Matt, you get the feeling that Stallions have really missed the services of Jesse Singh and certainly Sai Mukamala. When you talk about Sai Mukamala, I recall in the just before the last couple of games before Mukamala left, he had really shown us the skill and the talent that he possesses with a couple of good knocks at Mercer County Park.
Yeah, absolute talent is Saiteja Mukamala. And he's shown that for the USA as well.
Yeah, Najaf Shaw, you can see him at the top of your screen there. He's such a tall man, very imposing figure. And will come in from the media center end. What a wonderful facility this has turned out to be, Matt. Into the offside, runs here for Supreet Madan. Will pick up a couple of runs. A ball flies off the edge, Matt, but safe from any of the fielders. 2 important runs here. $17 for 2. They've lost the wicket of Dominic Ricky and Arman Patel. You talked about a wicket apiece for Adil Bhatti and Najaf Shah. When you look at the other seam options for Somerset Cavaliers, you'll probably look at Junaid Nadir. Outside the off-stump, ball goes through to Ketwaru, and it's really been a good start here for the Somerset Cavaliers. 2 down, 17 on the board.
Yeah, you look at that bowling attack, it's such a balanced bowling attack. They've got a bit of everything. They've got a lot of pace options and spin options.
Yeah, we saw at the beginning of the season. Pulled into the onside, could pick up a couple of runs there. Fielders giving chase. And so 2 more runs there for Supreet Madan. He goes up to 4. It's 19 for 2.
Later on, I'm sure we'll see the likes of Gajanan Singh, Chandrapal Hemraj as well. Even Abdullah Ghazi, just to go back to the seamers, Abdullah Ghazi is another option. Vraj Tarak Desai, the youngster, has been an up-and-coming spinner that has taken quite a few wickets over the last couple of games. And you mentioned Salman Nazar, not in the team today. Saad bin Zafar, we saw him at the very start.
Yeah, we've got into the offside. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the composition of both teams. But the third over comes to a close, folks. This is an 18-over game, 20 for 2.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So welcome back, 20 for 2. Adel Bati will continue. We are at the Oval. Seen a lovely outfield, very lush. And we've seen a lot of rain in the New York greater area, Matt, but it's dry here at Schenectady. Cuts him in half, big appeal. Now that says umpire Jatin Carver.
Yeah, good start here once again from Adel Bati. And you mentioned we've had to contend with some very inconsistent weather, it's fair to say, all across New York State.
Yeah, that's the curator, Matt. He's put in a lot of work on this ground. Wide is the call outside the off stump. We'll take a look at that, but it's 21 for 2. Rebuilding time for Supreet Madan. Yeah, that's the curator, the groundsman. And Matt, like anything else, he's not only has one pitch to really work with. You've got several pitches on this complex, 3 or 4, so much work to be done. And I got to tell you, he's done a tremendous job. You need to come over to the Oval here and you'll see the work put in by that man on your screen. Big appeal, another leg by here. As umpire Jatin Carver walks over and he signals a leg by. It's 22 for 2.
Yeah, you mentioned the grounds work here has been very good, especially coming into this weekend. Had a bit of a delay as well with the bowling run-up. They've got it sorted quite quickly.
Yeah, and Matt, as a groundsman, you're really tested when the weather becomes a factor. It's all good when it's all sunny days, but we know no weather is expected to be sunny all the time. Sliding down the leg side. We've seen quite a few extra, haven't we?
Yeah, 11 of them already. 7 coming off of Adel Bati. We saw 1 in the previous over he bowled go away for 5, so that certainly was a big part of that. But just going down the wrong line here. And you mentioned again the weather. It's been, interestingly enough, it's been quite good at the Oval compared to where it was in New York City, which is when we were driving up. We left cloudy skies and some rain. Thankfully, the clouds have parted and it's a lot brighter here in Glenville.
Yeah, Matt, we took time off yesterday to be at another event that got rained out. We should have been here yesterday also. Had we known, we would have taken the trip and do two sets of games here on the weekend, but we stayed back in New York only to find out it rained all day in New York.
It speaks to how massive the state of New York is. For those that are watching that are maybe from out of state or aren't familiar with New York State as a whole, it's quite different up here in Glenville than it is down in the 5 boroughs.
Yeah, for sure. There was rain all day yesterday, even rain this morning. Labib picks up the ball. That's the man we were trying to figure out who was running after the ball. And that is because, Matt, we have seen a bit of a different team from the Cavaliers that we saw in Somerset County a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, again, the likes of Ahmed Labib, Usman Saeed coming back into the team.
Ali
after
Imran.
starting. Ali Imran, another new name. Rishi Shimpi as well, the youngster.
Yeah, ball guided into the offside. Good hand play so far from Raymond Ramratan, Matt. When you look at Raymond Ramratan, has he been given a fair run? In what I'm about to ask you is that he's always come to this Stallions team when he batted at 6 and 7 in the past. We saw him in the last 2 seasons. Always he has had to dig this team out of trouble. When will Raymond Ramratan come in and doesn't really have to do the heavy lifting?
Yeah, you mentioned the amount of difficulty a lot of the times when Ramratan comes out to bat, but I feel that's his role in the team. As we see another wide here from Adil Bhatti. He really established himself as the man always able to save the Stallions. I mean, obviously not 100% of the time that'll work out. But especially this year, he's coming in a lot earlier. We mentioned the losses this Stallions batting lineup has seen. The likes of Monank Patel, Darren Davis, who are not in the side anymore. Jesse and Mukamala having left.
So the 4th over comes to a close. It's 27 for 2.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Abdullah Ghazi will continue the attack. The seamers have done quite well. And that trend continues with Abdullah Ghazi.
Yeah, such a strong spin squad also, Matt. You talked about the composition of the attack, but I'm gonna talk about some spin here from this Cavaliers team. You've got Chandrapal Hemraj, can bowl some left arm spin. Salman Azhar, he's not playing today, but you know he'll play a big part. As Ghazi makes a very good start, Ramratan has to defend, but we saw Adnan Haroon at the start. There is Vraj Desai that you made mention of. And if Saad bin Zafar comes back, which I'm pretty sure that Cavaliers will do everything possible to get him back, coming down to the playoff games next week in Dallas. A little bit of slingy action here from Abdullah Ghazi. He's always been such an important member of the squad. He's not a newcomer by any means. And Matt, with that set of experience being with this franchise, how much that enhances your performance?
Yeah, it certainly does. I mean, he spent the first 2 years in the DMV with the DC Hawks, now known as the Baltimore Royals, and then last season made the switch to the Somerset Cavaliers. So he's certainly been around the minor league setup for a number of years now.
Yeah, a little bit of slingy action for him. And Matt, when you look at this Somerset Cavaliers team, they themselves have some internal competition among themselves to get going. Abdullah Ghazi will be hoping that he can really string along some good performance in these weekend of matches to show the selectors and the captain from the Cavaliers team that he's ready for playoff.
I think this might just be a bit biased because we're from the East, we're based in the East. But players like Abdullah Ghazi, I think the East, what makes the East so unique in minor league cricket is I think we've got, and again it might be a bit biased, but I feel like in terms of local players that came up through the system in the local leagues around the different states, I think the East is probably one of the best at showcasing that talent. Players that you've never heard of doing well, performing, especially this season with a lot of big names missing due to international commitments or the CPL.
Up and over. That's a lovely strike from Raymond Ramratan. And the first boundary of the match is from Ramratan.
Lovely shot indeed from Raymond Ramratan. Abdullah Ghazi testing the surface, going short, but too wide. And easy for Raymond Ramratan to latch on to, go up and over. And in the power play, always going to find runs. Lovely shot from Ramratan.
Yeah, it's a really classy shot. We've seen a good over up until that point. And look at that, Matt. Eased into the offside. Solid as ever, Raymond Ramratan. So the over comes to a close. 5 gone. The end of the power play. It's 32 for 2.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So 5 overs gone. We talked about the end of the power play. As you see, umpire Jatin Kavir, Matt, signals the end of the power play, and that is because the game has been reduced to 18 overs. Couple of batters to out, Dominic Ricky and of course Aman Patel. Here's a look what has happened a little bit earlier. Najaf Shah to Aman Patel, got one that came back from the off stump, and the youngster was left high and dry.
And then Dominic Ricky with a soft dismissal, looking to pull. Simple as you like for Abdullah Ghazi. And we've seen 5 overs of pace, and now the spin of Chandrapal Hemraj.
So Chandrapal Hemraj, one of the reasons, Matt, we talked about one of the reasons he's enjoying a full season in this year's minor league. It is because it's CPL season, and he's going to be a full-time part of the squad in 2024 for the Cavaliers. Steered away. This is a good-looking shot from Suprit Madan. Will pick up a couple of runs. Saeed runs back. Good-looking shot from Suprit Madan, just using the pace of the ball from Hemraj.
Suprit Madan has been quite decent throughout the competition so far. He's been a batter that I like. His mindset has been one to go out and really play his shots. And there we go, looking to reverse sweep. Doesn't get all of it, but he gets enough to get a single. Very innovative, very exciting, as we saw just then. Bit unorthodox as well as Suprit Madan, but I really like the mentality he goes out with.
Yeah, he got a 36 against the Philadelphians, a 26 against the Titans. So, a couple of big knocks for him. Seen a 21-run partnership, Matt, from Raymond Ramratan. He's really looked solid. Ball eased into the offside. Such an experienced player is Ramratan. And we talked about he's been to minor league big stage before, having gone to the couple of times that the Stallions would have made playoff weekends. Supreet Madan comes into strike. We have seen a very important partnership of 22 so far. And look at that into the offside. Could be challenging the fielder for a couple of runs. Fielder comes around. That's Labib. Sends not one of the best throws. And they come back for a couple of runs. 2 more runs for Supreet Madan. This partnership has gone up to 24.
Yeah, promising this for the Stallions. Madan and Raymond Ramratan will need some big scores here, you feel. Supreet Madan, 4 couples in that 11. Shows the gap finding and the running has certainly excelled. So 7 runs off of the over from Hemraj. 39 for 2 after 6.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So 6 gone. It's 39 for 2. Wherever you're watching from, want to say welcome. We're coming out of New York State. That's the dugout of the New Jersey Stallions. Stephen Wigg and Myla Varapu to your left. Very pensive mood, Matt. Hiran Patel, he's all geared up. He could be the man in next. Man with the helmet. And the boys are hoping that they can pull this one through. 39 for 2.
Dominic Ricky couldn't get going today. Dominic Ricky couldn't get going today. 2 of 6 for him. He fell quite early. And they'll be hoping that Supreet and Ramratan can get the Stallions back on track. They've built a decent partnership. Ghazi right away getting one onto the pad.
Yeah, Matt, you've got to like Abdullah Ghazi. He's such a 100%er when he plays in these games. And you look at this bowling action and the seriousness as he gets to the top of his mark and he turns. And he's really put in a spell here. Here he is to Supreet Madan. Madan gets a ball into the offside. Running has been good since the days of Dominic Ricky. He's 40 for 2.
And again, I went back, I was making the point about the East. You look at the other divisions in Texas and California, some of the other states, and the one thing that the East maybe lacks is just the amount of turf wickets that we have here is not as much as you would find in those other states. And because of that, you feel we don't really get as many players that come from other cricket playing countries that come to relocate to the East. If they're going to play cricket, they probably look to go to a Texas or a Florida or a California. And so we tend to not maybe get as much of those players coming in. So a lot of the times you look at the squads in the East, it's a lot of players that have built their name around the local scene, have got their call up, and especially have played a lot of cricket on matting surfaces. Coming here to play on turf wickets consistently is not something that a lot of these Eastern players are accustomed to. So it's really a big step up for a lot of these players, and I think the East does one of the best jobs of doing that throughout minor league cricket.
Yeah, you're right on that. Play and a miss. Ball goes through to Katwaru. .41 for 2. We've seen a good recovery here from Supreet Madan and Raymond Ramratan, a 27-run partnership. We talked about this is a must-win game for the Stallions. If they don't, they're not going to Dallas. It's as plain as simple as that. We talked about already, Cavaliers have made plans to fly out into the offside. Good shot from Supreet Madan. The applause comes up because that crosses the ropes.
Yeah, very good slice from Supreet Madan. And again, he'll pounce on anything loose. And Abdullah Ghazi giving one again, just offering a little bit of width. And Supreet Madana, on this outfield, you don't have to do too much. As long as you find the gap, it's going to get you some runs. 4 of them on that occasion to Supreet, who once again is off to a good start. It's just been an issue for him to really maybe push on, turn those 20s and 30s into 40s and 50s.
So big thought onto the pad. That's when you probably want to ask, how is that, umps? 7 gone is 45 for 2.
Whoever you are on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
So 45 for 2. We've seen a very good knock between Ramratan and Supreet Madan. They've posted 31. The 2 umpires for the game on your screen there as well. He's hidden now, but that's Jatin Karveer. That's the man. I told you, Matt, I was searching for his name in June. Couldn't find him until you helped me out. That's Jatin Karveer. He comes out of the Northeast region. As Hemraj gets ready to bowl. 45 for 2 will come into bowl to Ramratan off the back foot into the offside, and things are on the way here in the 8th over.
And then there's Saravana Kumar. You look at these 2 umpires, you probably can't tell on the screen, but when you're here live, probably 2 of the taller umpires we have around.
Yeah, Saravana Kumar comes out of Rhode Island, and he's always been to this part. It appears, Matt, and I don't know the area, but it looks like Rhode Island is not too far from here. Oh, balled him. So Chandrapal Hemraj gets a ball that goes through Supreet Madan, and the 3rd wicket goes down here for the Stallions. It's 46 for 3.
Yeah, so once again, Supreet Madan gets off to a start, unable to really convert, but it's a good delivery. It's a really good delivery from Chandrapal Hemraj to get the 3rd wicket for the Somerset Cavaliers. Right in the block hole, and just plain missed it, did Supreet. So the partnership is broken. Hemraj, the man with the wicket. It's 46 for 3. So 46 for 3. And I think we can play a little game throughout this innings or this contest, and that game is trying to guess what the Philadelphians are up to right now. I think watching this game, the way things are going, they're probably on the internet now checking for the flight.
Yeah, our good friend Santosh, Morali, the big supporters from the Philadelphians, the men in yellow, the senior members of the team, Jonathan Foob, Bhaskar Yadram. But you never know, Matt. Let's not call that too early. How many times in your young commentating career you've appeared to call a game a certain way and it has gone absolutely 360?
Yeah, certainly it's happened so many times, more times than I would hope. The Philadelphians will be hoping this game stays one-dimensional and it remains the Somerset Cavaliers in control of things.
So playing a miss. And we talked about Stephen Katwaru as Jatin Karveer shakes the head. We talked about how sharp it is to have a good wicketkeeper. We'll talk about that in the previous over, Matt. But for the time being, we've seen A quality over here from Chandra Paul Hemraj. It comes to a close. 8 gone is 46 for 3.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So, Vraj Tarak Desai into the attack for the Somerset Cavaliers. He's been a young find, a new face to the minor league setup for the Somerset Cavaliers. Has certainly come onto the scene. He's bowling here to Raymond Ramratan. Oh, right away! The youngster Vraj Desai gets the wicket, getting the outside edge of Raymond Ramratan. And Gajanan Singh, he's so good in the slip area. As long as you get the edge, it'll almost always land safely in the hands. So a dream start for Desai today. He removes Raymond Ramratan, and further struggles continue for the New Jersey Stallions.
Told you. So 46 for 4. Trouble here for the Stallions as Hiran Patel comes out to the middle mat. And we've seen an early strike here from Vraj Desai. You can't ask for something better than that. He's given the ball and straight away he's made an impact along with Gajanan Singh.
Yeah, and Gajanan Singh, he is just stalking his prey in that slip area. He's waiting for any slight touch off the bat. As long as it carries, it's 99.9999. I can keep going with the 9% chance. It will be taken.
And ball chopped into the offside, Matt. And Matt, here is the irony. You look at Vraj Desai. We talked about the young players. You talked about the East producing off the conveyor belt. Some of the talent of this country comes out of the East. But here is the irony. If Saad bin Zafar comes back into this side, we've seen Salman Nazar, players who have played at the international level for Canada. Do you think that the captain will go into matches? Big shot into the onside from Rushik Patel into the hands of Adel Bati, and another wicket goes down here at the Oval.
And problems continue. Vraj Tarak Desai. I can understand the point you were going to make. You were going to say, does Desai play in the playoffs for the Somerset Cavaliers? He's gotten 2 wickets in 3 balls, and he's taken quite a few wickets throughout the tournament. He's certainly making a case here. 2 wickets in 3 balls as Rushik Patel was looking to break the shackles. You may be questioning the shot selection, but he picks out the fielder, and it's 47 for 5. The Stallions in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, I was just about making the point that how many captains, how many team management will play 3 left-arm spin or 3 left-arm spinners in your side, even if, as we've seen a very strong performance here from Desai, would you allow him, or would any side in the East put him before Salman Azhar, Saad bin Zafar, if he comes back or when he comes back? And with so much bowling talent, and now we've got Chandrapal Hemraj, another left-arm spin. So you got 4 left-arm spinners who potentially have put their hands up heading into the playoff. Farhad Riza, he comes in, the man that always comes out with a towel tucked in his flannels. And he comes out here with trouble here for the Stallions. They're batting a 47 for 5.
It's a decision, certainly, that will have to be made. I mean, we've still got a few days to see until the Canadian series is done, so Saad's return is still a few days away, or if he does return. And if he does return, I'm interested in seeing what that means for Salman Nazar, if he is allowed or if he is just a temporary replacement until Saad gets back. If the two of them are allowed to be in the same 11, it was a question that the Cavaliers had last season as well when they made the playoffs between Hemraj and Kina Lewis. So in terms of just fitting in those players, if they're eligible, we'll have to wait and see. But as of now, the responsibility falls on Vraj Desai.
Yeah, another wide, and Matt is 48 for 5, but when you take away 14 of those have been extras. Really seen a strong performance here, and ball cut away into the offside. Can't score is Farhad Riza. Yeah, you're right on that. And Cavaliers would have started with Adnan Haroon. And so much spin options here for the Cavaliers. They're bowled well. Playing a miss, ball goes through. Well, in fact, the wide is the call from umpire Saravana Kumar. 49 on the board. That milestone of a 50 should come up anytime now, but it has come at a very costly price. The 50 comes up, but they have lost half of their batting order so far. 9 gone is 50 for 5. So we're back with the cricket, 50 for 5. Stallions have posted 50. Asked to bat first. Toss won by Najaf Shaw. Farhad Riza has come out with Hiran Patel, and they've got a lot of work to do. 18 overs aside, 54 balls remaining. They're batting a 50 for 5. Hemraj into the offside, can't score. And the 10th over has begun. We've seen a tidy bowling spell so far from Hemraj. He's bowling at 1 for 8, picked up the wicket of Supreet Madan. And it has really been a struggle here for the Stallions. Playing without the services of Jesse Singh and Sai Mukamala. And we haven't seen Rohan Mustafa, who has been with them a couple of weekends. So they're 5 down on the board. Ball defended here, and they're gonna scamper through for a single well run in the end. 51 on the board. Still waiting on to finalize these two teams out of the East, with many of the region or much of the region already with their teams, Matt, that will be heading up to Dallas. Pulled into the onside. Lovely shot from Hiran Patel. And a consolation hit from the wicketkeeper batsman, Hiran Patel. He takes it out of the park. And that's gone for 6. Yeah, wayward ball from Chandrapal Hemraj. And look at that. Swung away from Hiran Patel. He goes up to 7. And takes the score up to 57 for 5 in the 10th over. New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers, they're on 12 points. Stallions is on 10. Philadelphia is on 10. So the 10th over comes to a close, and after 10, it's an 18 overs. The side game is 57 for 5.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So the action continues. Decisive will continue. The ball driven into the offside. Half stop here from Chandrapal Hemraj. Labib has had a lot of work to do. And a lovely looking shot from Farhad Reza fetches him a couple of runs. It's 59 for 5. Desai continues to bowl impressively well. 2 for 6 so far. Picked up the wicket of Raymond Ramratan and then picked up the wicket of Rushik Patel. Farhad Reza, capable batter. Has a lot of work to do. Cut into the offside. Look at that. Finds the gap. Running up towards the boundary. Saeed Kasmi comes around quickly, but couple of runs. Good looking shot from Farhad Reza. Again, ball spinning outside the off stump. And Matt, we come down to 61 for 5, 44 balls remaining. Again, heading down the leg side, and look at that. We've seen so many extras in this innings. And that's another one. Ball sliding down the leg side from Vraj Desai. And in fact, it's a leg by. Cancelled call. So still an extra. Hiran Patel, we saw him in the last over. A big swing down the leg side that fetches him 6. And into the offside, so 11 gone. Appeal by Jatin Kavir says not out. So 11 gone is 62 for 5. The Stallions haven't been sent in. Captained by Dominic Rickey in the absence of Jesse Singh. 62 for 5.
So before the loss to the Philadelphia.
So Gajanan Singh comes in to the attack, 62 for 5. Fahad Reza remains on 6. Ball cut away into the offside. They're going to scamper through for 1. And Matt, we come down to the last 40 balls. Things have gone pretty well for the Cavaliers. And we come down to 40 balls remaining, 63 for 5 here in Patel. And Farhad Reza out in the middle. Gajanan Singh, the only hat trick of the series, I think. We saw that at Morsa County Park a couple of weeks ago. And ball worked into the onside, looking for a couple of runs here in Patel, running quickly, can't come back too quick enough. Ahmed Labib, how many balls have this guy fielded so far in this game? Always in the action.
Yeah, he's been very busy, has Labib. Does a bit of keeping as well. Does Ahmed Labib, but you mentioned the experience of Katwaru. But it's just the norm in T20 cricket, teams carrying 2 or 3 keepers in the side these days.
Yeah, they'll carry 2 or 3 keepers in the side. Bet you don't tell me. Pulled into the region of Ahmed Labib. We talked about how busy he has been and may have misjudged on that opportunity. Hiran Patel escapes.
Yeah, similar shot to the one that went for 6. Similar area. Just didn't get enough on it, offering a chance, running in. But couldn't get there in time was Ahmed Labib. Poor delivery from Gajanan Singh though. Too short. And yeah, badly misjudged it. Still had a couple of steps to go. But a chance nonetheless offered to Hiren Patel. 66 for 5.
Okay. So Desai continues. And another wide. What have we seen here in terms of the extras?
Yeah, it's been the biggest blemish on this Cavaliers bowling card. That's the much better delivery from Vraj.
Yeah, this partnership has gone up to 20 so far. A little bit of recovery here from Hiran Patel. And Matt, let's talk about if Stallions is to win this game, what happens then?
Well, it makes things a lot easier for everybody. It means the Cavaliers and the Stallions go through, and the Philadelphians are out. If they are to lose this game, the mathematicians will need to be called.
Yeah, I know.
Some late flights will have to be booked.
Yeah, I wonder what's the cancellation policy these days. You probably can book for the entire team and call it in tomorrow and say, well, you know what, guess what? We've canceled and we have that right to do it in 24 hours, aren't we, at the domestic level? Playing a miss. We've seen a very good bowling attack here from Cavaliers. Desai has come up with a couple of wickets, 2 for 10 so far. And everyone else except Gajanan Singh has picked up 1 apiece. Into the onside. That's a lovely shot. Finds the gap, and that's 4 runs off the bat of Hiran Patel. His second boundary in this knock is 73 for 5.
Yeah, has looked quite fluent. Has Hiran Patel straight down the ground. Lovely shot from Hiren, who is mounting a fight back here for the Stallions, one that they'll very much need. With 31 deliveries remaining, 5 wickets down, Hiren Patel will play a big role. Has been with this franchise for many years now. Lovely innovation, and he's found a gap here again. Adil Bhatti giving chase, just holds up. And a couple of runs yet again to Hiren Patel. So a productive over and a productive inning so far from Hiren Patel. 9 runs from it off Desai. It's 75 for 5 after 13.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
What it all comes down to here in the East, the Somerset Cavaliers are on their way. It's the New Jersey Stallions and the Philadelphians. The Philadelphians all out on 8 games. The Stallions in action for the final time, at least in the league stage. We'll have to await if it's the final time of the tournament. Gajanan Singh continues. And you looked at the points table, the Philadelphians and the Stallions tied on points. What it comes down to now is the decider, which has been so common these days in franchise cricket, net run rate. Those 3 words can play such a big role in deciding who goes through or determining placements. That one straight back, having to take evasive action, firmly struck, and away it goes for 4. So a lovely shot again from Hiren Patel.
Watch it, Tomps. Oh, look at that. Jatin Kavir takes evasive action. Matt, a couple of weeks ago we talked about, I've seen a couple of umpires with the shield. Have you seen an umpire before umpiring with a hand shield?
I've seen that. I've seen the hand shield. I've seen the helmet.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of innovative ways that the umpires have tried to protect themselves.
I'll tell you what. Back when we were small, we used to play hardball cricket in our yard, and sometimes you've got to take evasive action. You run and hide behind a door. So you find ways to really hide behind a hard ball. Oh, that's massively pulled into the onside from Farhad Riza, and it's gone for a maximum. Big strike from Farhad Riza.
Exactly the type of finish that the Stallions are looking for. Farhad Riza, I mentioned he's been able to hit a couple of big shots towards the end of the innings. He's shown that on a couple of occasions with some quick cameos. 26 deliveries remaining. He's finally latched onto one, had a slow start. We'll be looking to tee off, and tee off he does yet again. Pitched up this time from Gajanan Singh, and given the same treatment, it's 6 more to Farhad Riza.
My goodness, we've seen 3 boundaries off the silver, consecutive 6 off the bat of Farhad Riza. The better of them all, I gotta tell you that. He's made some big knocks in this tournament, Matt. When you look at his card, when you look at Farhad Riza's card, 18 not out, 17, 27, and 10. Those are not failure numbers. He's come up with a very good knock. He's up on 21. He's really batted well. We've got 25 balls remaining. Tugged into the onside. They're gonna stay for 1 as Saeed comes on to the ball, and the 14th over comes to a close. It's an 18 over side game, 94 for 5. So we've got 24 balls remaining, 94 for 5. Abdullah Ghazi, Matt, has been recalled into the attack. And Matt, we talked about Stephen Ketwaru coming into this side back. Pranav Rao held the glove for the earlier season, but this is experience and this is skill. Ketwaru back in the side in the last couple of games.
Yeah, we saw Kenna Lewis throughout the season be the gloveman. With the loss of Kenna, Katwaru has been called up. We saw, as you mentioned, Pranav Rao in seasons past.
So playing a miss. Let's watch Farhad Riza, how he takes on Abdullah Ghazi with 23 balls remaining. You get the feeling that Najaf Shah could use the next 23 balls, Matt, to bowl some of his and to use the like of Abdullah Ghazi and Adil Bati. We'll wait and see, but Farhad Riza has really played a good hand. Into the onside, hands the strike over to Hiren Patel. And we've seen an excellent knock between the pair out in the middle. A 48-run partnership.
And it's come off 35 balls, exactly what the Stallions need and exactly what they want. And they want that partnership strike rate if these two can continue to go even higher as we get towards the back end of this innings. Of course, 18 overs.
Oh, that's lovely, driven straight on the ground to Labib. How many balls have Labib really fielded, Matt? We saw him probably putting down a chance, but other than that, he is held up. It's been placed in a high trafficking area. Ahmed Labib, 96 for 5. We've got 21 balls remaining. Farhad Riza has really batted well, and he's the man on strike. Would love the pace on the ball when he's looking for those big shots. And look at that, pulled into the onside. Fielder comes in, settles, takes it comfortably, and that's the end of Farhad Riza. 96 for 6. It looks like Ali Imran may have taken the catch, and another wicket goes down.
Yeah, and Farhad Riza looking to go again. Very well taken catch in the end from Ali Imran, and Abdullah Ghazi picks up his first wicket. The 6th one goes down here for the Stallions. Riza departs for 23.
Yeah, Matt, we'll take a look. We'll take a look at that dismissal and look at the point of catching from Ali Imran. It doesn't get better than that. This is for all the young folks to watch. This is how you accept a catch. Look at that. Perfect position. And another wicket goes down. 96 for 6.
Yeah, and just as that ball was struck, you mentioned that Farhad Riza will like the pace to come on. It was a slower delivery from Abdullah Ghazi, one that held up, looking to go big, and it just messed with the timing. And it was safely held by Ali Imran. So very well disguised delivery from Abdullah Ghazi, and Farhad Riza fell into the trap.
So Stephen Wigg comes to the middle. 96 for 6. The big partnership of 49 comes to an end, and Stephen Wigg, hero from a couple of weeks ago, very experienced, given a lot of opportunities, and he comes out here at 20 balls remaining. He could give the ball a tap. Into the offside. And Matt, how many times have we seen a batter comes to the middle and he wants to have a feel of the ball?
Yeah, even at the very end of an innings, always a good idea just to see the first ball, get something on it, see what the ball is offering, what the surface is like.
Yeah, into the offside, can't score. Abdullah Ghazi has come back quite well. 15 gone. It's 96 for 6.
So the last 3 overs, we've seen 30 runs conceded. We just saw the departure of Farhad Riza. And you look at the over by over, the Manhattan. Quite far from Manhattan here in Glenville. But that's probably the closest thing we've got to a Manhattan here.
It looks like some low cottages. I wonder if they exist around here.
Certainly that big building, that Gajanan Singh over that went for 19 off of primarily Hiren Patel, and he'll be the man on strike facing up to Vraj Desai. And there we see the lightning quick reflexes of Stephen Katwaru, always running the risk with him breathing down your back behind those sticks.
Yeah, Matt, he has played at the junior West Indies level. Has been part of the Guyana Amazon Warriors a couple of years. So, essentially, a couple of the players from the Cavaliers lineup, Chandrapal Hemraj with Amazon experience, and also Stephen Katwaru. His CPL season, that's why I mentioned that. In the air, could be well away from any of the fielder. When the bowler has to field to his own bowling a deep mid-wicket, there's runs on offer. Couple of runs there for Hiran Patel. He's done the right thing. With 16 balls remaining, you've got to play those shots.
Yeah, indeed. You've got to begin to offer some chances, take some risk. Not to mention Gajanan Singh as well. Would have also played for the Amazon Warriors.
Yeah, there we
So
go.
a lot of Amazon Warrior representation in this Cavaliers lineup. Kenna Lewis, of course, would have played for the Talawas.
It comes down the track, and that's how you know how good a wicketkeeper is. Doesn't take the whole wicket apart. Just the bail come off, and that's the end of Hiran Patel, 98 for 7.
Yeah, running the risk, like I mentioned. Always coming down as soon as you miss, before you can even turn around and even think about getting yourself back in. Katwaru has taken the bails off and the Cavaliers are celebrating. So said, so done. Vraj Desai has gotten a third. He's continued to take wickets here as this young man. 3 for 18 from 3.5 overs. He removes Hiran Patel.
Matt, I told you as the celebration continues. Take a look at this. A lot of time, batters are running down the wrong line. You're running down the wrong line to a spinner that is spinning the ball away from you. You're giving the keepers a better chance to really get you stumped. And Vraj Desai, he's been brilliant today. Bowling a 3 for 18. What happens? What happens in the playoff for Vraj Desai when the likes of Salman Nazar and perhaps Chandrapal Hemraj with left arm spin comes back? Well, not comes back, but part of that squad as number 3 comes to the middle. Arjun Vajela. We've got 15 balls remaining. We've seen a very good bowling performance here from Vraj Desai. And they're batting at 98 for 7. Here is Arjun Vajela. Taking on the pad. Jatin Kavir says not out. And I talked about when you appeal to the umpires, Matt, he's obligated to respond to your appeal. And the quicker they say not out, then the howling stops. Or do the shouting ever stop?
Well, that's the question. Depends on the team. Some teams can be a little bit more rowdy than others. As Vraj Desai continues to bowl well, you see that delay in his bowling action. That slight delay reminiscent of maybe a left-handed Saeed Ajmal.
Yeah, you're right on that. Into the offside. And we'll talk a little bit more about umpires and their habits after the over. 16 gone, it's 99 for 7. 12 balls remaining. So Abdullah Ghazi will continue. And you get the feeling, Matt, he could bowl out here. 1 for 13 so far. Picked up the wicket of Farhad Riza. And will come into bowl 99 for 7. 12 balls remaining. We're looking at about 7 teams, Matt, in the Super 8, or pretty much, and this is our opinion. But when I say our opinion, the 100 comes up. Looking for 2. It's not there. Stephen Wigg will be on strike. The 100 comes up for the Stallions.
Yeah, 100 up with 11 deliveries remaining and 7 casualties. Stephen Wigg onto strike. We know he can strike the ball.
So 100 on the board. Stephen Wigg, the man on strike. Flicked into the onside. Will settle for 1. Ali Imran comes in. Took a wonderful catch in the last over off the bat of Farhad Riza. Talk a little bit about the Stallions' performance in 3 years of minor league cricket, Matt.
Yeah, they've certainly been one of the better sides in terms of just overall consistency throughout 3 seasons. Well, into the 4th season. That one whipped away. Very good shot from Arjun Vajela. It's gone a long way, and it's exactly what the Stallions need. They don't care who it comes from, where it comes from, as long as it does. And 6 runs, a lovely shot. A stylish looking shot as well from Vajela.
Oh my goodness, talk about style. He picked it up well and with some bit of flair. And look at that, gone a long way. That will take some retrieving to do. And if my technical man is probably listening, that's when we push in some replays here, because it went a long way. That's a lovely shot from Arjun Vajela. He goes up to 8. We've got 9 balls remaining. Here is Abdullah Ghazi. Trying to go again, slower ball. To great effect, goes into the region of the tall man, Najaf Shah. And it comes down to 8 balls to win. And Matt, I asked you about the Stallions team, but in 2021, they were in the finals, Silicon Valley Strikers. In 2022, they were taken out by the Atlanta Fire. In 2023, never made it to the Super 8. And here they are, hanging on by a thread. How strong is the thread?
Well, we'll see. We'll see how strong that thread is. Maybe in another hour and a half at the time this game is over. So 7 deliveries to go. 10 runs has come from this over. Not a bad one for the Stallions. And Arjun Vajela has a chance to take even more from it. Stephen Wigg at the other end. Swing and a miss from Arjun. So a good end to the over from Abdullah Ghazi. But still 10 runs from it. 109 for 7. Final over coming up.
So we come down to the final over. Adel Bati has been given the ball. Will come into ball to Stephen Wigg. It's 109 for 7. And this is where you give it all you got, Matt. 6 balls remaining. Stephen Wigg, we saw him a couple of weeks ago. We know he can hit this ball quite easily out of the park. Good start from Adel Bati. And it comes down to 5 balls remaining. A lovely place. You've enjoyed this park? Seems like a little Autobahn at the back of us. Roaring cars and motorcycles. And we were talking about speed limit, and I made sure I stayed within my speeding limit. And for folks, if you want to hear this, the traffic tickets situation, just stay tuned. Into the offside. Fielder comes in. Has he taken the catch? I think he has. It looks like Vrad Desai can't keep him out of the game. And Vajela falls. It's 110 for 8.
Yeah, very well taken catch from Vraj Desai. When he's not taking the wickets himself, he's contributing in a big way in the field. He's a young player, young legs, able to hold on. So Adel Bati gets a second wicket. Vajela looking to go up and over. And a very good catch. Had to do a fair bit of running. Kept his eyes on it. Out in front. Well done from Vraj Tarak Desai. So 4 deliveries to go. It's 110 for 8.
So new man comes to the middle. Wonder if it's Sachin Mailavarapu. And Matt, a lot of times, I notice a lot of things on the cricket field with just Matani to come. So Mailavarapu comes to the middle with 4 balls remaining. I notice a lot of stuff on the cricket field at times, and One of the things I notice, and it doesn't mean anything, but the incoming batsman, how quick he gets to the middle at times. Sometimes I'm wondering. Tugged into the onside from Mailavarapu, primarily a leg spinner, but he's given the strike over to Stephen Wigg. But some incoming batsman gets quickly to the middle. You're wondering, if I'm batting out in the middle, please don't hurry me. Don't come out so quick. It's telling me you're preying on me.
I think at this stage of the game, towards the last few overs, you kind of expect batters to get out. But I also find it kind of interesting that Matani we haven't seen him at all. He's batting at 11 because we've seen Siddharth Matani bat at 3 and 4 at times throughout this tournament. So very drastic drop in batting for Siddharth Matani. I wonder if there's any slight niggle or anything to do with that.
Yeah, a couple of balls remaining. Stephen Wigg on strike. Oh, that's a lovely shot over the offside field and may have gone for 6. Gone upstairs. Big strike from Stephen Wigg. Gone for 6.
That is an incredible shot from Stephen Wigg over the offside. Look at that. That is not a shot a number 8 batsman should be playing. But Stephen Wigg is such a quality player. We know how good he is as a left-arm seamer. He's one of the best around the East. But his batting is one thing that has seemingly keeps getting better and better every year.
So final ball. Here is Stephen Wigg. Down the ground it goes. And he ends it in fine style with a couple of 6s. Massive strikes in the last 2 balls. Stephen Wigg has taken the Stallions to 123.
Lovely shot down the ground. Crashes one bounce into the side screen. So a lovely way to end for Stephen Wigg. We mentioned how important he's been in those last 2-3 overs for the Stallions at the back end. He's gotten them to 123 off of 18 deliveries. Must-win game for the Stallions. 123 for 8 after 18. The Cavaliers will need 124. A big finish from Stephen Wigg.
Yeah, finish and flourish at the end. And look at that, Stephen Wigg and the other batters, Sachin Mailavarapu, walks back. They have ended this innings on a high. I'm a big fan of ending innings on a high, Matt. 123 for 8. And so Cavaliers will require 124. Look at the batting card. And let's talk with Stephen Wigg at the end, Matt, with 15. But we saw a very good knock from Hiran Patel and Farhad Riza. In fact, was a big partnership of 49 between the pair out in the middle.
Yeah, certainly was. It's been that middle order that has really been so beneficial to the Stallions late on. Bowlers Vraj, Tarak Desai, that young man, keep an eye on him throughout the tournament and for the future. 3 for 19 from 4 overs for him. Hemraj was quite tidy as well. Abdullah Ghazi, 4 overs, 1 for 23. Take into account he bowled towards the death as well. Did quite well. Adil Bhatti, 2 for 29. Gajanan Singh was a bit expensive this time. And just the 2 overs at the start for Najaf Shah. So 123 for 8 on this surface. The Stallions will feel that's quite competitive. They'll need to win this game or at the very least take it deep. The New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers need 124 from 18 overs when we come back.
Watching Aman Patel on strike. Oh, balled him. So Najaf Shah continues to...
Pulled, not time. Now look at that. Easy dismissal into the hands of the fielder. And Dominic Ricky up and over. That's a lovely strike from Reba Ramratan. And the first boundary of the match into the offside. Good shot from Supreet Madan. The applause comes up because that crosses the ropes. Here. Oh, balled him. So Chandrapal Hemraj gets a ball that goes through Supreet Madan. And the 3rd wicket goes down here for the Stallions. It's 46 for 3.
Oh, right away. The youngster Vraj Desai gets the wicket.
Captain will go into matches. Big shot into the onside from Rushik Patel. Into the hands of Adil Bhatti. and another wicket goes down here at the Oval. We'll be heading up to Dallas. Pulled into the onside. Lovely shot from Hiran Patel. And a consolation hit from the wicketkeeper batsman, Hiran Patel. He takes it out of the park. Tell me. Pulled into the region of Ahmed Labib. We talked about how busy he has been and may have misjudged. Gajnan Singh has picked up one apiece. Into the onside. That's a lovely shot. Finds the gap, and that's 4 runs.
Goes through. Or determining placements. That one straight back, having to take evasive action. Firmly struck.
Oh, that's massively pulled into the onside from Farhad Reza. And it's gone for a maximum.
We'll be looking to tee off, and tee off he does yet again. Pitched up this time from Gajnan Singh, and given the same treatment.
Now look at that. Pulled into the onside. Fielder comes in. Settles, takes it comfortably. And that's the end of Farhad Reza.
Played for the Talawas.
It comes down the track, and that's how you know how good a wicketkeeper is. Doesn't take the whole wicket apart. Just the bail come off, and that's the end of Hiran Patel, 98 for 7.
Yeah, running the risk. Well, into the 4th season. That one whipped away. Very good shot from Arjun Vajela. It's got a
situation. Just stay tuned. Into the offside. Fielder comes in. Has he taken the catch? I think he has. It looks like Vrad Desai. Also meaning Stephen Wigg on strike. Oh, that's a lovely shot over the offside field and may have gone for 6. Gone up. So final ball. Here is Stephen Wigg. Down the ground it goes. And he ends it in fine style with a couple of...
By Yash Technologies.
So welcome back for the chase. 124 needed from 108 balls. We talked about game reduced to 18 overs, Matt. As usual, Stephen Wigg has been given the ball. Will come into ball to Ali Imran along with Chandrapal Hemraj. Welcome back.
Yeah, 124, the number needed, the total required for the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. Hemraj and Ali Imran walks out to the middle.
Yeah, we've seen some changes at the top of the order from time to time with this Cavaliers team. Ali Imran given a chance. Kinar Lewis we saw at the top of the order. But Hemraj has remained fixed. Number 99, Ali Imran, we saw yesterday. He got a few runs. And here he is. Got 12 yesterday. And Stephen Wigg, quite rightly so, Matt. He's their best bowler. He's been given the ball. And can the Stallions make an impression with 124 on the table?
Yeah, they'll certainly need to bowl for it. We saw a very good finish from that man, Stephen Wigg. Back-to-back sixes of the last two balls. Was aided in that big finish by Fahad Reza and Hiran Patel.
So here's Stephen Wigg. Will come into bowl to Ali Imran. Here we go. And a play and a miss. Ball goes through to Hiran Patel. And I'm gonna force a little bit of prediction here, Matt. If the Stallions can get early wickets of Chandrapal Hemraj and Gajanan Singh, I want to think this game could run very close. Into the onside, things are on the way here. Ali Imran, first time you're seeing him?
Yeah, first time I'm seeing this one. We've seen quite a few different Ali Imrans, and I feel like they've all played for Cavaliers. I feel like we've seen so many different Ali Imrans play for the Somerset Cavaliers over the years, whether it's in minor league cricket or, as you mentioned, the U.S. Open. Wherever they go, I feel like I've seen a different Ali Imran.
So Chandrapal Hemraj comes into strike, and here's a little quiz for you. Here is a little quiz for you. Be careful. Take your time. Answer this question. It's an easy question, but it comes with a lot of trickery. And as Stephen Wigg from the far end, he's really served Stallions well in the past. He's had a good knock today with the bat. And Hemraj allows this one to go through to Hiran Patel. Here's a little quiz for you. What does these three batters have in common in this year's minor league series? Stephen Taylor, Chandrapal Hemraj, and Anthony Bramble.
Well, they've all scored a century. And in the case of the U.S. national Stephen Taylor, he scored 2. 4 centurions, and Anthony Bramble would have done that this weekend, wouldn't he?
Last night, I think.
Last night.
Yesterday evening. Oh, look at that. Look at that from Stephen Wigg. How important is Stephen Wigg in defending 124?
Very important, especially in the absence of Jesse Singh. They've needed another pacer to really step up. Stephen Wigg has certainly been the man who has, throughout the years, been second fiddle behind Jesse Singh. They've shared that new ball quite nicely. And now with the absence of Jesse Singh, that role becomes exclusively now on Stephen Wigg to really get breakthroughs early on.
So ball steered into the offside. Aman Patel. Over's gone pretty well here for Stephen Wigg, but at this juncture of the match, Matt, are you looking to bowl economy, or you want to scalp a couple early victims?
I think in the case of a batter like Chandrapal Hemraj, the sooner you get him out, the better. even if he sticks around and he's going at a run a ball or so, you know that that big shot is just waiting to happen. And the longer a man like Hemraj sticks around, even if he's not scoring as quickly, you know a big over can come at any time. So for a player like him, you've got to get him out quickly.
Oh, might have missed out on a chance, but it was always going to be a tough one as a bowler. But when you take those catches, Matt, those are the things that can make an impression. Take a look.
Yeah, there's a firm chance in his follow-through. Stephen Wigg got a hand to it. And you've got to put that down as a half chance. Jatin Karveer, yet again, having to get out of the way of one.
So the first over comes to a close. We've seen a very good over here from Stephen Wigg. Sid Matani has been given the ball. Will come into bowl, one of 3 centurions this season. We talked about Anthony Bramble yesterday evening. We talked about Stephen Taylor. A couple of back-to-back centuries for him in the southern part of the country. And we saw Chandrapal Hemraj from the eastern part of the country. So he will be the man on strike. Still 122 to win from 102 balls. We talked about Cavaliers have booked their way to Dallas. And Matt, every run that is scored here by the Cavs will certainly makes it more difficult for the Stallions. They're hanging on for dear life in this game.
Yeah, they really are. They've got to get 2 points here. That's the easiest thing. Don't have to worry about anything regarding net run rate. If they can just do the job and get 2 points. The Cavaliers, though, can complicate things by winning this game. And then it'll come down to the Stallions and the Philadelphians. If a Stallions loss, you've got to say it favors the Philadelphians in most, if not all, scenarios. We don't have that information 100%.
Yeah, and you were talking about what separates, as of now, we're still waiting on this result. What separates the Philadelphians from the Stallions team?
0.1 of a percentage on net run rate.
Lovely strike from Ali Imran, and that has gone for a massive 6 over the offside.
Very good shot, very classy shot from Ali Imran, up and over for 6. So very good way, stamping his authority early on Matani. Just the second ball he's seen from Sid Matani has launched it straight down the ground for 6.
Yeah, we talked about the ironies, Matt, of cricket as we take a look at this and look at that. A lot of room on the offside. And Ali Imran, with all the ease in the world over the offside, has gone for 6. We talked about the many ironies of players given an opportunity in a certain position and he does well. What happens when the senior player comes back? Ali Imran into the onside. Stephen Wigg. Oh, look at that. Safe as houses. Stephen Wigg waits a long time. It comes down into the safe hand of Stephen Wigg, and the first wicket falls.
Absolute sky up from Stephen Wigg. Testing the patience, testing the concentration of the fielder. And Stephen Wigg, he's one of the safer pair of hands. He's dropped a few catches this season, like we've seen, which is very unlike him. But he holds on to a difficult chance that. So Ali Imran has to go, struck a 6, but hasn't lasted too much longer after. As we look at this again, lovely from Stephen Wigg, right on the edge of the boundary. He holds on, so Matani strikes, it's 9 for 1.
Usman Saeed comes to the middle. Batting at 9 for 1. Ali Imran is gone. Just a couple of balls ago, man. Played a lovely shot over the offside. I went for 6, but seen an excellent catch from Stephen Wiggs. Has really shown us that he's not only a quality fast bowler, but we've seen his batting exploits and he can catch.
Yeah, very well judged catch from Stephen Wigg.
So Sid Matani, final ball in this over. New man out in the middle, Usman Saeed. Ball steered into the offside, looking for a couple of runs to get off the mark. They stay for 1. Long time left for them. 2 gone. It's 10 for the loss of Ali Imran. 10 for 1.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Well, look at that. Stephen Wigg waited a long time and he hugged it for dear life. A lovely cricketer is Stephen Wigg, such a safe fielder. We've known his prowess as a fast bowler. We saw a couple of weeks ago winning a game with his bat. And here he is, will come into bowl to the new man, Usman Saeed. They still need 114 to win, Cavaliers. Matt, when you look at New Jersey Stallions, let's talk about their earlier part of the season. Weren't they 5-0 at one time?
Yeah, they had the longest unbeaten streak. They were the last unbeaten team in the division. And how quickly that streak has fallen apart.
Yeah, I thought the jinx was broken by the Philadelphians. Sliced off the bat of Usman Saeed. He picks up another run. And so essentially, they started in 2024 with 5-0. And we've seen 2 losses so far. And this one is their 8th game. That is Aslam Khan, Aslam Bai, as he's known fondly around the park. And behind him is Sakshay Vij, who's done tremendous work. And Mac, that's the engine room.
I was just going to make that point. You read my mind. The exact words as well. I was just going to say that's the engine room of the Somerset Cavaliers, and they've put together a very good side. Not only this year, but last year as well. They would have made the final runners-up. And this year, going at it again, they're already confirmed to head to Grand Prairie.
Yeah, while we were coming up on the roadway, we were talking about Albany International Airport. And we asked the question, who flies out of there? Well, you never know. I want to think that the Cavaliers could be flown out of Newark Liberty. Cavaliers have always been based in New Jersey. And Matt, I talked about Somerset Cavaliers even before minor league cricket. They have always been a top franchise. Stephen Wigg in the block hole. Saeed does well to keep it out. Need 112 from 92 balls. They need wicket and they need them quickly, Stallions. We talked about 2021 Silicon Valley Strikers. They were the final 2 teams. We talked about 2022 taken out by Seattle. In fact, it might have been the Atlanta Fire. Didn't see them at playoff last year, but they are a team always in the hunt.
Yeah, certainly. Always a very competitive team are the New Jersey Stallions. It was a rare off-season for them last year. Would have finished 4th, I believe.
Yeah, I think I thought at one time they had to play Cavaliers for that final playoff spot last year. Into the offside, can't score, so that will complete 3. And been a very good over here from Stephen Wiggs. So 3 gone. They're batting at 12 for 1.
Whoever you are on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
So we're back with the cricket. Sidi Matani. Chandrapal Hemraj peels off the edge. Falls in no man's land. And look at that. Stephen Way giving chase. Not enough. And that has gone away for 4. So Hemraj. Ball peels off the edge. And that has gone away for 4. 16 for 1.
Yeah, not really in control, but it doesn't matter. Able to pick up a boundary nonetheless.
So they need 108 from 89 balls. Sid Matani. First over went for 8. Picked up the wicket of Ali Imran. The only wicket to have fallen so far. Now, Matt, let's talk about 8 possible team that we could see in the next week or so at the minor league playoff. East Bay Blazers, Seattle Thunderbolts, coming from the west. Oh, into the offside, eludes the fielder. And a couple of 4s in this over. A more classier one that we saw is 4 runs off the bat of Chandrapal Hemraj.
Yeah, and like I said, this is the danger that Hemraj poses. As long as he's out there, you can continue to play shots like that. You've got to dismiss him because he can make you pay. So ominous signs here for the Stallions. If Hemraj can get things off to a quick start, they've got to win this game, remember.
Yeah, a couple of 4s off the bat of Chandrapal Hemraj. Look at that. Oh, into the hands of Stephen Wigg. And Chandrapal Hemraj, in the end, a very soft dismissal. It's 20 for 2.
Stephen Wigg has been heavily involved in proceedings so far. 2 overs, 2 very good overs, and two catches. So Hemraj, just like that, has to depart. Easy catch, much simpler than the first one for Stephen Wigg. And Sidat Matani has a 2nd wicket. Hemraj has to go for 11. It's a big strike, that, for the Stallions. 20 for 2.
So 20 for 2, Gajanan Singh comes to the middle, Matt. And Matt, we talked about the importance of Chandrapal Hemraj and Gajanan Singh. Sid Matani has picked up his 2nd wicket, bowling at 2 for 16. And so now we come down to 104 needed from 86 balls. 8 wickets in hand.
Yeah, and Gajanan Singh has been prolific throughout this season. Has been a big part of this Cavaliers lineup, particularly in that middle phase. The Stallions certainly mean business here. Oh, gone! What a breakthrough that is! Siddharth Matani is making things happen for the Stallions. Hemraj and Gajanan Singh back to back. And this game is on, and you could even say this game is in favor now of the New Jersey Stallions. The two big fishes of the Cavaliers are gone in quick succession.
Well, look at that. They have mobbed Matani. A couple of strikes, and all of a sudden, Matt, he's on a hat trick in a game in which they must win. Take a look. Gajanan Singh going big, ball on the stumps, and the off spinner has shown that you play the game out here. Is that what he's trying to tell them?
He's here, and he's here right now. He's doing the job for the Stallions. Siddharth Matani, 3 wickets for 16, has gotten all of them so far. Ali Imran, Hemraj, Gajanan Singh in that order, and he's on a hat trick with 20 for 3. Gajanan Singh going across the line, a big heave across the line, first ball, and it was a straight one from Matani, knocks him over. So 20 for 3. Matani on a hat trick, and it's Ahmed Labib, a man who hasn't played much throughout the season, is coming in to face up the hat trick delivery.
Well, what are we seeing here at the Oval? The Philadelphians still waiting on an outcome here, and they know a win for the Cavaliers will see them packing to Dallas, but they also know that if New Jersey Stallions can provide and come up with a win here, they will decide their own fate. Ahmed Labib on a hat-trick ball, and Sid Matani. You talked about all 3 wickets belong to Sid Matani. How brilliant he has been.
Yeah, he's been exceptional so far. You saw a couple of boundaries from Chandrapal Hemraj in this over, but he's come back in the best possible fashion, removing Hemraj and then removing Gajanan Singh the very next ball. That's been really the backbone of the Cavaliers batters. And his face is up. He's coming in here to Ahmed Labib. Hat-trick ball. Matani.
And Matt, I'm surprised Dominic Rickey hasn't taken the chance with the final ball of the over with Matani on a hat-trick to be a little bit more attacking. But the 4th over comes to a close. It's game on here at the Oval. It's 20 for 3. So Rushik Patel has been given the ball. And Matt, he comes in here with this game hanging in the balance, 20 for 3. Can the Stallions pull off a game in which can take them to Dallas? Or can the Cavaliers bank on the support that is remaining minus Hemraj and Gajanan Singh?
It's a test that we haven't seen the Cavaliers have to overcome too many times throughout this season. Oh, is there a noise? Is there a noise? They're appealing. The Stallions are appealing, and the finger has eventually gone up. Took a little while, but Jatin Karveer says yes. And the 4th wicket goes down. Rushik Patel, another youngster that has really come on the scene, gets a wicket first ball, similarly to Vraj Desai. First ball, the wicket for the youngster, and Usman Saeed has to go.
My, what are we seeing here? Cavaliers on the back foot, 4 down for just 20 on the board. Take a look at that ripper of a ball from Rushik Patel. And the finger goes up from Jatin Karveer. He's had to lean across to see. And in the end, he sends Usman Saeed packing. It's 20 for 4.
So, Rushik Patel with a wicket off his very first ball today. 20 for 4. Stephen Katwaru walks to the middle. 20 for 4. A lot of work ahead.
Yeah, he goes big, doesn't go too well. Ball goes through to Hiran Patel. And Matt, you get the feeling that Dominic Ricky has put in a couple of slips in place there. Very attacking, but I would have loved to see another man close by. Now look at that, but in the meantime, it's the bowler who will have to present the chance. What an over we've seen here from Rushik Rajendra Patel. It's all happening here at the Oval. Here's Katwaru on strike. Trying to go big.
Yeah, interesting strategy here from Katwaru. He's been expansive a couple of times.
Oh, what lovely delivery. Good line, good length. He's landed the ball on a coin. Superb bowling here from Rushik Rajendra Patel. He's picked up the wicket of Usman Said. He's bowled 4 dot balls to Katwaru. Ball given a lot of air into the offside, and that's a maiden wicket over from Rushik Patel.
Very well bowled. The wicket first ball, and then Katwaru unable to lay bat on ball for 4 deliveries. It's a maiden from Rushik. 20 for 4 after 5.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So 20 for 4 after 5 overs. And we'll play that game again. What are the Philadelphians doing right now, or what do you think they're doing right now?
Yeah, it might be taking out some of this earlier stuff that they put in. They put in the bag about an hour ago. Man, what a fight back we've seen from the Stallions towards the latter part of their batting. They were struggling before. And here they are. They are not going out with a fight. Cut away into the offside. Good confident shot from Ahmed Labib. And you get the feeling the likes of Ahmed Labib and Stephen Katwaru out in the middle. Rishi Shimpi still to come. Adil Bati, Abdullah Ghazi to come. But you get the feeling the bowling has really gotten on top.
Yeah, thanks to this man, Siddharth Matani. 3 wickets for 16, back-to-back of Hemraj and Gajanan Singh. To get those 2 is one thing. To get them in consecutive deliveries is a whole other achievement.
A play outside the off stump, and Hiran Patel is behind those sticks. So we've seen 9 balls at least. We've seen 9 dot balls in a row. One of them a dot ball with a W inside, and that's a wicket. Into the onside, and that streak of dot balls comes to an end. Ahmed Labib picks up 1. Philadelphians waiting. Stallions engaged in a battle here. Cavaliers know that they're going. Can that ease the intensity of Cavaliers in this game, Matt, knowing that they've already been booked?
It could. I don't know if it has.
Ball into the offside. Katwaru can't score. This has been another tidy over from Sid Matani. 3 for 17. He's picked up 3, and then we saw in the last over a wicket from Rushik Patel. Now look at that, into the offside. They're going to scamper 1. Hiran comes out, has a throw. And in the end, good running from Katwaru and Labib. The 6th over comes to a close. It's 22 for 4.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
6 gone, 22 for 4. Here's a quick look. What has gone on so far? Hemraj for 11. Ali Imran for 7. Usman Said for 2 and Gajanan without scoring. Let's take a look here, Matt. Ali Imran was the first to go. Excellent catch from Stephen Wigg. And then Chandra Paul Hemraj. Couple of 4s in that over, but look at that. Straight into the hands of Stephen Wigg again. Rushik into the onside. Not a wicket falls. Katwaru goes 22 for 5.
Of all the ways you can get out playing that reverse sweep that Katwaru has played just then, that probably isn't one of the ways you would expect. He's gotten the shot away. It's just he's hit it straight to the fielder. And another wicket goes down. Rushik Patel has not conceded a run, but he's gotten 2 wickets. And look at that. Out of all the ways you could get out, of all the risk that comes with playing that shot, that is not the way you should probably be getting out playing that shot. He's got the shot away well. He's timed it well. He's got the elevation. It's just he's couldn't get any direction on it. He's hit it straight to the fielder. So a soft dismissal as Katwaru falls, and half the side have been dismissed for 22. Rushik has gotten 2 for none as Adil Bhatti walks in the middle. And it is all the New Jersey Stallions who are, with every wicket, closer and closer to booking their flight to Texas.
That'll be the 5 wickets.
So Adil Bhatti comes out to the middle with a scorecard that reads 22 for 5. He gets a ripper of a delivery here from Rushik Rajendra Patel. And Matthews put in some very good balls here. It's going to be difficult here. Bit of an appeal here from Hiran Patel, and it's all Stallion for the time being. Adil Bhatti has come out to join Ahmed Labib. They still need 102 runs. That's a lot of runs considering they have lost 5, and the bowling certainly on top from Sid Matani, and now Rajendra Patel flicked away into the onside. Myla Varapu has a diving attempt. Can't get to the ball, and that's a couple of runs to get Adil Bhatti off the mark.
Yeah, Suprit Madan coming around. First runs conceded off of Rushik today. 2 for 2 from 10 deliveries he's bowled. Brilliant stuff. And another ripper of a delivery, playing a miss again from Adil Bhatti. Have not had a response here at all, have the Cavaliers batters.
Yeah, we talked about the impact of Gajanan Singh and Chandrapal Hemraj. And look at that, another tidy over comes to a close. A 7 gone. It's 24 for 5. Oh God.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So the quality bowling just does not end, it seems, for the New Jersey Stallions, as 24 for 5. The Cavaliers are in a very vulnerable position. And Sachin Malavarpu comes into the attack for his first over. I think Rushik Patel and Matani have done their job. And Malavarpu comes into the game with a lot of momentum riding high for him and his side.
Yes, Matt, very experienced too. Oh, lofted, my goodness. So Ahmed Labib has paddled this one into the hands of the fielder. And what's going on here as another wicket, Cavalier wicket falls, is 24 for 6. Mylavarupu picks up a wicket off his first ball, and still 100 needed, 24 for 6.
And again, it's just an inexplicable way to get out, really. Similarly to Katwaru, in fairness to Ahmed Labib, he was able to get the shot away. The shot was on. It's just, once again, he's just knocked it straight up in the air, and a simple catch yet again. So 24 for 6 as another soft dismissal. Labib for 1. And it's really falling apart quickly here for the Cavaliers and for the Philadelphians at home.
So Rishi Shimpi comes to the middle, Matt. He's batted at the top of the order. And he comes in here at number 8. Mylavarupu continues a play and a miss. And you talked about every wicket that falls, two teams are trembling in their boots. Well, one is Cavaliers. They know they're going places, but the Philadelphians still waiting in the wings, 24 for 6. So 9 now needed. They're going to scamper back for a couple of runs. The throw comes in. A couple of runs to get Rishi Shimpi off the mark. And brings Adel Bhatti. In fact, Rishi Shimpi will remain on strike. Sorry, it's 26 for 6. So we've still got another game to complete here. The NYC Titans will take on the Eagles. That game happens after this one. But this is the game across the country, so much riding on.
Yeah, this is the all-important clash. And you've got to say it's well in favor of the New Jersey Stallions to win this game and to head to the playoffs. Stranger things, though, have happened, but with 26 for 6 on the board after 8 overs, you've got to say there's a clear advantage. So, 8 overs completed, another good one from Mylavarupu this time, 26 for 6.
Okay, Matt, look. Fall of wickets. Them men is batting 96 for 6. They're batting a 47 for 5, 96 for 6, 98 for 7. So Rushik Patel will continue. 2 for 2 so far. Has picked up the wicket of Stephen Katwaru and that of Usman Saeed. Looking for more. Playing a miss here from Adel Bhatti, and we've got 98 to win this game.
Almost 10 runs and over now. With 6 wickets down as required by the Somerset Cavaliers.
The Stallions have really played a lot of part of their innings. They're batting innings pretty well. And they've taken 6 Cavaliers wicket.
I think at this stage, when you're talking about the required rate, as I mentioned, it's over 10 now. I think at this stage, it's, as we've said, this a loss here doesn't really do much damage to the Somerset Cavaliers. They're already through. I think when you're talking about that required rate, it might be the required rate more so for the Philadelphians than for the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. Rishi Shimpy comes back into strike. The fact is, Matt, when you look at the batting card, apart from perhaps Usman Saeed, everyone else just gave their wicket away.
Yeah, it's been some very tame dismissals, some just very unpleasant dismissals, as we see Abdullah Ghazi getting ready to come in next. Performance certainly that the Cavaliers will look to get out of the way. They certainly wouldn't want to have this in a few days' time.
Yeah,
Maybe just that's probably the only bit of silver lining they can think of. They'll say, well, there's certainly some lessons that can be learned from this. It's best we have these type of games now when it doesn't mean much than to have them in the playoffs. 9 done, 27 for 6.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
You might as well.
so we're back with the cricket. Water break finished. Mylavarapu will continue. You can see on your scorecard there, 27 for 6, and so they need 97 to win. Adil Bhatti will be the man on strike. And Matt, welcome back to the resumption, a game in which Stallions have really fought themselves back into contention, and perhaps they're on their way somewhere. Mylavarapu has already picked up a wicket, got the wicket of Ahmed Labib. We talked about some very tame dismissal, except Usman Saeed, who got a ripper of a ball from Rushik Patel. But other than that, it's been some very tame dismissals.
Yeah, it's really been one-way traffic.
So ball paddled into the onside, and it comes down to 96 to win. 28 for 6, as you can see on your card. Rishi Shimpi and Adel Bati out in the middle. Still batting to come Abdullah Ghazi, Vraj Desai, and Najaf Shaw. So still waiting in the wings. And Matt, we have seen Rishi Shimpi at the top of the order. In fact, he's had a good knock somewhere along the line. Into the onside, they're gonna go through for one, so that brings the end to the 10th over. So 10 gone is 29 for 6.
Whoever you are on the field, the dream is what drives us. Gear up for your dreams. Shop now at dreamcricketstore.com.
So 29 for 6 at the end of 10. Adel Bati and Rishi Shimpi out in the middle. We've seen a strong bowling performance from Sid Matani, 3 for 18 so far. 2 for 3 from Rushik Patel. And now the ball has been thrown to Farhad Riza.
So the pace has been reintroduced. We saw Stephen Wigg right at the start. 2 overs for him, and it's been all spinners since then. Matani, Rushik, and Mailavarpu. So back now to Fahad Riza. We'll see if any of these batters really relish the ball coming onto the bat and maybe try to get something going here for the Cavaliers.
What are the other bowling options for the Stallions, Matt? Not to say that they might be needed. We don't know. Still 95 to win. 6 wicket down. We've got 48 balls remaining. But what are the other bowling options out in the middle?
You've got the medium pace of Vajela still to call on. The spin of... He's still got quite a few spinners left, in fairness. Aman Patel is another spinner. Raymond Ramratan, we have not really seen him bowl quite frequently at all anymore. Suprit Madan is another one. We haven't really seen him bowl too much, but he is another spin option. The captain himself, Dominic Rickey, can bowl some part-time spin. We haven't seen him as well. So there's plenty of bowlers, or plenty of all-rounders that we haven't seen that you can still get some overs in, which is always a good thing to have so many all-rounders in the side. And there's Raymond Ramratan, who has really been not much of a factor with his wrist spin as much as he was in years past this season.
Yeah, Matt, not only the wicket is a big concern here for the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers. They're 6 down, but the asking rate is almost 13 runs and over. So that has climbed to probably the highest asking rate we have seen in this match. And so this is not good for the Cavaliers. 92 needed from 44 balls. Asking rate 12.5 runs and over. They're 6 down.
Yeah, and at this stage, you maybe got to question the intent of the Cavaliers on whether or not they really feel as if they're still in this game, as another wicket goes down. So Adil Bhatti nicks one through to Hiren Patel. Riza strikes in his first over, 32 for 7.
Red now, right?
So another wicket. The edge through to Hiren Patel. Brings Abdullah Ghazi in at number 9 for the Somerset Cavaliers. And when number 9 is walking out in the 11th over, that's never a good thing.
So Farhad Reza has picked up 1. Cavaliers, they're batting at 32 for 7. And the fans of the Stallions will be quite happy with the way things are going here. It could mean that they have more cricket in this year's minor league championship to be played, Matt. Here is Abdullah Ghazi on strike. He gets one that's reared up from a short length. And the 11th over comes to a close. It's 32 for 7.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Mailavarapur will continue. 1 for 4 in a couple of overs. Will come into bowl to Rishi Shimpi. He's on 5. And a ball into the offside, played up towards the captain, Dominic Ricky. And Stallions. Looks like it's going to be Stallions and the Cavaliers from the east. Still 92 to win with an asking rate that has gone over 13 runs and over. Wide is the call from umpire Saravana Kumarmat, and you can't keep Stallions out of reckoning. And here they are. They're just about 3 wickets away. And 41 balls into this game before it comes to an end. We've seen a very good bowling performance from Sid Matani, 3 for 18. And it all comes down to the latter stages here. And it's looked like Stallions will have a lot more cricket to play this week. We saw a good knock in the middle from Farhad Reza and Hiren Patel. They got to 124. In fact, 123. And that is proving to be enough here for the Cavs.
Yeah, more than enough it seems. 91 required from 38. And again, as I mentioned, you feel at this point the intent is just lacking from the Cavaliers. Don't really seem to be in any hurry to chase down 91 in 6 overs.
Yeah, they've really played a good game. The Stallions, though, seemingly on the back foot. Anything could have gone. Any slight things could have gone wrong. Couple of runs here for Rishi Shimpi. Closes out over number 12. So 12 gone is 35 for 7. So Farhad Reza, 1 for 3. He's picked up the wicket of Adil Bhatti in the previous over. And Matt, it comes down to the Stallions. How well they have played, seemingly from difficult positions from since yesterday when they have lost to the Cavaliers. And they've come into this game, they were batting at 48 for 6, 48 and 96 for 6 at one stage. And when they got up to 123, we were off mic and we said, could be a fighting total. Here they are, 35 for 7. And this looked like the Stallions will walk away with a victory here. And could walk away with a trip to Dallas as we head into the playoffs starting on Tuesday.
Yeah, it looks to be as if it will be a lot of New Jersey representation from the East. The Cavaliers and the Stallions. Seemingly the two sides going through at this stage. And it means the end of the road for the Philadelphians. The Stallions heading back to the playoffs after failing to qualify last season.
Matt, you look at Rishi Shimpy, and I know Oval and many of the cricket grounds that we have gone to on the eastern part, they don't have a scoreboard in the ground, so there's no indication of where you are sometimes, but it's 16 runs per over needed. Rishi Shimpy has batted 20 balls for just 7 runs, and I get the feeling that, yeah, well, we do have one in the ground, sorry, but on the other park, I didn't really see it, but you get the feeling that even with that scorecard, sometimes you're not too sure what's the required rate. Is 17 almost an over. And Rishi Shimpy is he's used up a lot of balls. We've seen a very good over from Farhad Reza, 36 for 7, but with an asking rate about 17 runs and over. Where are we going here? Into the onside, and Shimpy picks up one, hands the strike over to Abdullah Ghazi, and they still need 87 from 31 balls.
Yeah, and that's what I was making the point. I think the intent is long gone for the Cavaliers to really win this one. At this point, nobody wants to get out. Just trying to maybe enjoy themselves out to the middle. Because it seems as if there's no realistic way that the Cavaliers can win this one. 37 for 7 with 17 runs and over needed.
So ball defended back up to Reza. He's having a good game. So 13 gone is 37 for 7.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Mailavarapu will continue. We'll finish up here, Matt. 1 for 7 off 3. Will come into ball to Rishi Shimpy. 87 to win from 30 balls. They're batting at 37 for 7. The batting hasn't clicked today. And for all intents and purposes now, it's over to the Stallions. They've enjoyed this game, so to speak, Matt. Hanging on a thread when we talked about the earlier part of the game. A game in which, at the beginning, they seem to have wobbled, but with 123 on the board, it's proving to be that's enough. With Cavaliers batting at 38 for 7. Ball played into the onside. Abdullah Ghazi will pick up runs here. Will only get one. And it comes down to Rishi Shimpy, 85 to win.
Well, the Philadelphians coming into this weekend, to quote the famous John Bon Jovi, were living on a prayer. And it seems as if that prayer is not going to be enough. With 85 to win from 27 for a Cavaliers victory, which is what the Philadelphians need.
Yeah, ball into the onside. Hiran Patel has given chase. The throw comes in, not a good one. And that's good running. 83 to win, 41 for 7. Seen 4 runs in this over. Final over here for Sachin Mailavarapu. Yeah, a couple of balls. He will finish up his spell. He's really ball good. Matani may have started the whole slide match. 3 for 18. Superb at the top of the order. Was one stage on the verge of getting a hat-trick. We've seen one. We've seen on the eastern side. We saw Gajanan Singh a couple of weeks ago. Myla Varapu with final ball coming up here. 83 to win.
Down the ground from Shimpi straight to Suprit. Just one, so Myla Varapu finishes up for the day. 4 overs, 1 for 12. Incredible economy rate for him. Just 3 runs and over. 82 from 4 overs. It's 42 for 7.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So 82 to win from 24. Farhad Riza will continue. And Matthias comes to a point in which all the Stallions bowlers have really put in good performance. But talk about Sid Matani, who may have given them that opportunity to really move ahead with a win here this afternoon.
Yes, Siddharth Matani, gotta credit him. 3 wickets right at the start. Ali Imran, and then the 2 big fishes, Hemraj and Gajanan Singh, back-to-back deliveries as well. Big strike from Abdullah Ghazi. That goes away to the boundary, so finally something from the Cavaliers, the first boundary in quite some time. And it's a very good shot from Abdullah Ghazi, and would you believe it? That is the first boundary since the 4th over of the game. It's been 10 overs without a boundary, 11 overs in fact, without a boundary.
So ball into the onside and another single here for the Cavaliers. And Matt, what a comeback we've seen from the Stallions. Call it what you may, but seen a strong bowling performance from Matani. And we talked about at the halftime stage, we talked about if Gajanan and Hemraj could go cheaply, that this could be game on. Into the onside. Fielder comes around. Can't keep Stephen Wigg out of this game. And the 49th run comes up here for the Cavaliers for the loss of 7. But we talked about the cheap fall of Chandrapal Hemraj and possibly Gajanan Singh. And we saw them going back to back. And since then, it has been a Stallions game. 49 for 7. They need 75 to win. With an asking rate about 23 runs and over. It's all happening here in New York. It's all happening here at the Oval. $49 for 7. Abdullah Ghazi and Rishi Shimpi hanging on. With 19 balls to go after this one. Ball goes through to Hiran Patel. And that completes another over. So 15 gone. It's an 18 over side game. 15 gone is 49 for 7.
So Rushik Patel, Rushik Rajendra Patel, the youngster who has really made a name for himself. 3 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 3. He comes back, and he played a big part in this utter collapse as well from the Somerset Cavaliers alongside Matani. The contribution from Rushik Patel has to be highlighted as well, especially throughout these last couple of games. He's been quite good.
So that's 50 for Cavaliers, 50 for 7. They need 74 from 17 balls. Matt, these are the 8 teams that we could see the next week or so. East Bay Blazers, Seattle Thunderbolts, Chicago Kingsmen, Exforia Giants, Baltimore Royals, Morrisville Raptors, your good friends there from the Empire State Titans. They'll love to see you in Texas. Cut away into the offside and another run, and then of course Cavaliers. Since yesterday was pretty much decided, or even since last week, it was always decided that Cavaliers was gonna make that final 8, and then now it looks like New Jersey Stallions. So a couple of teams out of the New Jersey area: East Bay Blazers, Seattle, Chicago, Dallas, Baltimore, Morrisville. Could be the team for the next week of cricket. Wide is the call from umpire Saravana Kumar, and it comes down to 71 to win from 16 balls. And we talked about earlier part when the drafting was done, Matt, and the teams were selected. We talked about how strong that East Bay Blazers team looked. Couple of wides in this over off the bowling of Rajendra Patel.
Yeah, they've certainly lived up. The East Bay Blazers out west, they've certainly lived up to what the squad looked like. Pulled away from Abdullah Ghazi, but protection there.
Yeah, we also talked about the home advantage for the likes of the Kingsmen and Exforia Giants having played at Grand Prairie during the course of this season, Matt. How will that factor into so-called home advantage?
Yeah, I mean, certainly the Dallas Exforia Giants will be among the favorites in terms, purely in terms of home advantage, as well as the Kingsmen. We saw those two sides play last night. Kingsmen are unbeaten throughout the campaign as well, so certainly a top side out of the Midwest, the Windy City, Chicago.
Yeah.
Not so windy here today, though, thankfully.
Yeah, I know. Matt, I feel for the team in the South, Baltimore Royals and Morrisville Raptors, affected so much by the rain and the bad weather they've had. 68 to win from 13 balls as final ball coming up in this over. As in the case of Baltimore Royals, they have essentially secured 2 games of points from the many rainouts we've had. So Rajendra Patel will finish up here. And we'll come into bowl to Abdullah Ghazi, and Ghazi cuts well into the offside. Can only get a single, and that single will conclude the 16th over. So 16 gone. They need 67 to win. It's 57 for 7.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So a couple of overs remaining. Farhad Riza continues. Then the play and a miss. Ball goes through to the keeper. And it looks like, Matt, that the Stallions are Dallas bound. 67 to win from 11 balls. They've really played a good game here today. And Cavaliers is going to win one and probably lose one this weekend. A long way to go. 67 to win. Farhad Reza into the offside. Fielder comes around, and Dominic Ricky, the captain, gets around, but not in time, and that has gone away for 4.
Yeah, another good shot from Abdullah Ghazi. Swats this one away for 4. Dominic Ricky, the outstretched hand, not enough to stop it.
And Matt, you get the feeling the Stallions is going to really enjoy this victory for more than one reason. Coming into this last weekend of critical games, they were coming up against probably one of the better teams in the Eastern Division. Losing one yesterday, always on the back foot. They could enjoy this win in a very, very dramatic fashion. 62 to win from 9 balls. Doesn't look like Cavaliers will cross the line as Reza continues.
The thing is as well with the Stallions, you look at the way the fixtures have been designed. You play 8 games. There's 6 teams in the division, so you play 5 teams once, at least once. And then 3 of those games you'll play 3 other teams one more time. So you'll play three teams twice. The Stallions would have had to play both the Philadelphians and the Cavaliers twice. So they, in essence, would have had to come up twice against both of the sides they were competing against for those playoff spots.
Might have gotten the edge. I could see it from here. And now Abdullah Ghazi falls. So Stallions going places. The 8th wicket goes down, 63 for 8.
Maybe flights are being booked as we speak here in the ground by the Stallions management, because it certainly has been the case for most of this innings, really. The Stallions have been in control and have not looked back at all.
Yeah, it's going to be a sweet victory for the Stallions as Vraj Desai comes out to the middle. They need 61 from 7. So Farhad Reza, 2 for 18 so far. And I'll tell you a story about Farhad Reza. The last tournament that I went up to the Atlanta Open, and we were all coming back. We shared the same taxi. Him and Ilyas Sonny, we were all heading back to New York, so we shared the same taxi. We were on the same flight. And I had a chance to really talk to them, both Ilyas Sonny and Farhad Reza. Didn't know Farhad Reza too much. I don't think he knew me too much too. Final ball coming up. Here is Vraj Desai on strike, 63 for 8. And ball into the offside, and it's just a matter of time. 17 gone, 63 for 8. Stallions all the way. So Stephen Wigg comes to bowl the final over, Matt. And I could imagine, Matt, that when Jesse Singh and Saimo Kamala left this team, the customary good luck, fellas. And I hope that you take this team to Dallas. What are they going to tell Jesse Singh and Saimo Kamala tonight later on?
Well, we've done it. We've done it. May have been a bit more difficult than we would have liked. Starting the season 5-0, fell away a little bit towards the end, but in this game, they came into it needing a win. They've done just that. They've put an exclamation point. They've put an exclamation point on this victory as well.
Yeah, Suprit Madan is right in front of the com box, and he gives us a thumbs up that this has been a hard-fought weekend for them. You talked about some teams having to play 2 games against a certain teams. And when you look at the Philadelphians fixture and the Cavaliers fixture, you know that's 4 games of tough competition.
Yep, the Stallions have had to work very hard. They're 2-2 in those total 4 games. They would have won 1, lost 1 against both of those sides. Well, assuming they'll definitely win here. Would have lost yesterday, and they would have beaten the Philadelphians and then lost to the Philadelphians. So, in the end, it's good enough, regardless. The journey to get to the playoffs sometimes is not all that relevant. It's just the fact that you do get into the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's what the Stallions have done here today.
They've really played well in the history of minor league cricket, Matt. We saw them in the final against Silicon Valley Strikers in 2021. We saw them at finals weekend again at Morrisville, taken out by the Atlanta Fire. Didn't go up to Super 8s last year, but here they are. And they have announced to the officials of minor league, we are coming in 2024. And they're 2 balls away from clinching a victory here today that will send them to Dallas. What a weekend for them.
What a weekend indeed.
So Stephen Wigg, and you get the feeling this man bowling here, Stephen Wigg, is going to be a key factor as he runs into bowl to Rishi Shimpi. And ball into the onside. Formality in progress here as the Stallions will certainly clinch a victory here over the Cavs that will send them into the Super 8 of minor league cricket in 2024, Matt. Your final thoughts as the final ball from Stephen Wigg comes up.
Yeah, very impressive from the New Jersey Stallions. They knew they had a job to do in this game, and they've done it and much more, as they will win this one here by 59 runs as Stephen Wigg does the job. The fists in the air. The New Jersey Stallions have won it. They've beaten the Cavaliers by 59 runs, and most importantly, they are headed to Dallas. The New Jersey Stallions then, with an emphatic way to close out their regular season here in the Eastern Division, and it means, unfortunately for the Philadelphians, they have been eliminated from playoff contention. So it'll be the 2 New Jersey sides headed to the Super 8s. The Cavaliers and the Stallions headed, as you look at the points table here, once again, the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers, even with a big loss, doesn't mean too much for them. They will pick themselves up and head on the plane, and it's the New Jersey Stallions, their friends, their interstate friends, who will join them on the plane.
Yeah, in the end, comeback victory here from the Stallions when it all mattered. So we've got another game coming up, but a quick match summary. We talked about Hiran Patel and Reza. A big 49-run partnership propelled them to 123. And in the end, it came down to the bowling of the of the Stallions team. And look at that, Rajendra Patel, 2 for 11, 3 for 18 from Matani, and no batting at all. Shimpi got 18 from many deliveries, and Abdullah Ghazi 16 from 16. In the end, it's Stallions who will go up along with Cavaliers to the Super 8 up in Dallas. We've still got another game to come up, so just stay tuned if you want to see the New York City Titans game as they take on the the New England Eagles. That's coming up next. Until then, see you in just about half an hour time.
You've got to get him out quickly.
Oh, might have missed out on a chance, but it was always going to be a tough one as a bowler. But when
Of a percentage on net run rate.
lovely strike from Ali Imran, and that has gone for a mass. Ali Imran into the onside. Stephen Wigg. Oh, look at that. Safe as. Chandrapal Hemraj peels off the edge. Falls in no man's land. And look at that. Stephen Wigg giving chase. Oh, into the offside. Eludes the fielder. And a couple of fours in this over. And more. Look at that. Oh, into the hands of Stephen Wigg. And Chandrapal Hemraj, in the end, a very soft dismissal. It's 20 for 2.
Oh, gone. What a breakthrough that is. Siddharth Matani is making things happen for the Stallions. Hemraj and Gajanan Singh back to back. Too many times throughout this season. Oh, is there a noise? Is there a noise? They're appealing. The Stallions are appealing. And the
Rushik into the onside. Not a wicket falls. Katwaru goes 22 for 5. Oh, lofted. My goodness. So Ahmed Labib has paddled this one.
They really feel as if they're still in this game as another wicket goes down. So Adil Bhatti nicks one through to Hiren Patel. Back-to-back deliveries as well. Big strike from Abdullah Ghazi. That goes away to the boundary. Playoff spot.
Might have gotten the edge. I could see it from here. And now Abdullah Ghazi falls. So Stallions going places. The 8th wicket goes down 63.
You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.